Hello everyone, my name is Adere and welcome back to day 2 of learning HTML with me. So something we didn't discuss last class is a doctype declaration. A doctype declaration specifies a rule for a markup language. In this case, it's HTML. It does this so that the web browser displays the content correctly. A doctype declaration always goes at the top of your code, even before the HTML tag. But just in case if you're unsure of what a web browser is, a web browser is a software application used for accessing information on the internet. A web browser is not the same thing as a search engine. This is a search engine. A search engine is a website that helps users find web pages from other websites. A search engine you might already be familiar with is Google's search engine. Later in this course, to improve your learning, it would be best if you joined us in writing code. Ideally, you should be writing your code through a computer. Writing code on a computer gives you a cleaner workspace and lets you write faster and more efficiently. First, we'll start with the UL and LI tags. The UL tag is like the body of your list. The LI tag is for what the items on your list are. If we look to our right, we see a picture of a pumpkin soup recipe. In it is the list of ingredients needed. To simulate this in HTML, we should look to our left. Notice how the UL tag wraps around the LI tag, and how in between the LI tags are the ingredients. Next we'll be talking about the B and BR tags. The B tag is very simple. It bolds your text. The BR tag inserts a single line break. By line break, we mean the BR tag uses the return function on your keyboard and creates a new line for your text. Something else we didn't cover last class is the comment tag. The comment tag is solely used for yourself. This can be used for reminders, purpose, and ideas. This doesn't display on your web page. The image tag is something we briefly covered last class, but is very important. The image tag uses something we haven't discussed yet, known as an attribute. If you can look at our picture, we have a picture of the arrow pointing the attribute. In this case, the attribute is src, which we pronounce as source. The source attribute is where you put the URL of the image so that the image would appear on your web page. You might have seen this image before if the image didn't load in. URL. I said that in between the quotation goes a URL, but I haven't said what a URL is. A URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. The easiest way to describe it is as an address where something lives on the World Wide Web. A great analogy is your own home. Giving someone your home address allows them to visit you the same way a URL allows you to visit a website or image. Here's what an even better image tag looks like. In this image tag, we use two attributes, the source attribute and the ALT attribute, which we pronounce as alternative, or alt. The alt attribute makes it so that text appears along with the broken image icon, so that the viewer at least knows what they were supposed to see. We have an example here with the alt being a picture of the moon. Since the image didn't load in, we have a picture of a moon below the broken image, so at least we know what we're supposed to see. Since we didn't really talk about it, let's talk about what an attribute is. An attribute defines additional characteristics to properties of an element. Just like elements, humans also have attributes. A good example of one of our attributes is our eye color. Here's a quick question to test your understanding on what an attribute is. You're planning to buy a painting and you want to put it up in your house. What's some things you need to know before you buy it? The first thing you need to know is its height. In HTML, we have something just like this for the image tag, the height attribute, and as you can guess, it defines the height. The second thing is its width. Once again in HTML, we have a width attribute for the image tag, and it defines the width. Thank you all for listening through this presentation, and I hope to see you all next class. My name is Adere, and yeah, thank you.